Welcome to Tommy's Lunch Break Podcast. I am Tommy. Guys, man, it is Friday. It is July 5th. And I hope everyone had a good July 4th, man. Didn't blow your hands up from fireworks or get hit by a firework or get a water balloon thrown at you while you're riding in a parade like Danny Trejo did. And by the way, Danny Trejo got out of his car and yeah, man, he got into a fight, which was crazy. Scott Blakely, what is up, man? Appreciate you hopping in, man, for this, man. Happy July 4th to you as well, man. We did the Nathan's hot dog contest, eating contest yesterday. We live streamed that one, me and Miles. Great time. No Joey Chestnut this year. Joey Chestnut was not allowed to be in this year's Nathan's hot dog eating contest because he signed a deal or a contract or whatever with Impossible Foods, I believe it is. It's a I don't know. It's something a new hot dog brand, basically, that's not meat or whatever. So I don't know. So I guess Nathan's took that personal, and they did not want him to do the contest this year. But I gotta say, it was pretty good without Joey. Like, it was competitive. There was a lot of people. It was a close race. There was like 4 people that down to the stretch, down to the wire, and it was neck to neck. And, you know, so I enjoyed it. I had a good time, and I gotta also tell you this: Joey Chestnut, and I'll show you the video later. He did his own hot dog challenge. They did a 5-minute hot dog eating contest. I forget where it was, but he winded up eating 56 in 5 minutes. The guy that won it on yesterday, and then Nathan's, had 58 in 10 minutes. So what does that tell you? Tell you Joey Chestnut would have destroyed this guy. An extra 5 minutes, he would probably got... Man, I don't know. If he had 56 in 5 minutes, guys, he would have had at least possible 70. I mean, more, maybe? I don't know. Tommy, I still giggle when you try to do live. How many did you eat? Oh, terrible. I did even worse this time around because they were cold, nasty. I ate like 3. It was terrible. But I got to say, yesterday, I was not feeling well. I woke up like... I felt like nauseous. I don't know why, and I never feel that way. So, yeah, eating hot dogs yesterday, not good. And even this morning, I feel a little nauseous, but it is what it is, man. I gotta be here for the podcast, man, because this is a new podcast, and I don't want to miss a podcast. And people are like, oh, this guy's bullshit. So I made it here, and today we're gonna dive into some stuff. Once again, this is a lunch break podcast. This isn't Buffalo Bills football related. This isn't just sports related. This is just us kicking it on a Friday at 1 p.m. By the way, this show is going to be every Friday at 1 p.m. So if you're on your lunch break, hey, here you go. You got a show to watch. If you're just home, if today's your day off, whatever, and nothing's on TV, then join me. Let's talk. Just whatever, about everything and anything. I don't care. If you guys got something to bring up, bring it up in the chat. We'll go over it. And yeah, you see it right on the ticker. You see the ticker below? Mount Rushmore of cereal. What cereal you got? So you only can choose 4, right? What cereal do you got? By the way, I am 45 and I still, till this day, eat cereal and love cereal. And when I go shopping, you best believe that aisle I'm stuck on for a while. I go back and forth like a kid looking for the cereal I want that week. It's crazy. It's crazy. But I love cereal. Robert, good day, Tommy. Good day to you. I appreciate you being here, man, on Tommy's Lunch Break podcast. Idea of putting your body through eating that many hot dogs will make me nauseous even before I tried. Yeah, man. I don't know. I don't know how people do that. Like, I got to give these guys, I got to give them credit. Like, I got to give those competitive eaters credit. it's crazy. We went and looked back at the previous winners, like when this thing first started in 1995. The guy that won it in 1995 only ate 20. Now, I say that like it's nothing, but now, like, you know, the worst guy's getting like 30, right? You know, so it's a different game now. People are taking it like a sport, treating it like a sport. But yeah, man. Scott, Cinnamon Life is the rock star of cereal. Hey, we're gonna get into that in a bit, but I like that choice. I like that choice, and you're gonna see mine soon. Being a teacher, I write a donation letter every year in the summer and send it to a business to get items to sell in my class store for my students. Nice. Let's see here. Beth, tell me why I write the Bills and Sabres and both deny me, saying that saying what I want doesn't meet donation qualifications. All I want was some stickers and keychains. I am surprised because I've seen videos of this YouTube guy. He'll write a letter to like random teams like baseball, football, basketball, saying, hey, can I get some merchandise? And believe it or not, a lot of teams send him a letter back with like, stickers or pencil, like whatever, like some kind of team thing. So I am very surprised that the Buffalo Bills and the Sabres are kind of being a little cheapos, because trust me, they have stuff they can give away. There's definitely stuff they can give away. And I'm a little surprised. Also considering the freaking fans are the one that pretty much paid for the new stadium. You have the money. Stickers aren't going to cost you much. Come on, Buffalo. Come on, Pagula. Come on. Don't be that cheap now. You know, especially for kids. Especially for school. Like, I get it. A random stranger writing you a letter wanting merchandise, fine. But a local school, a teacher, come on. Don't be cheap. Like, do the right thing. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. It is what it is. But I guarantee if you made a big stink of it, which you wouldn't, like blasted them somewhere on the news or Twitter, like, or whatever. Not that it would make a big story, but I guarantee they change your tune. They send you something. But whatever. It is what it is. It is what it is. I think they pick and choose who they want to do things for, what school they want to go and send players to, or whatever. I don't know. I don't expect it. Sorry about that. I had to get something to drink. So yeah, man. So I hope everyone had a safe July 4th. And we're going to get into a couple things. I know you're looking at the bottom ticker because that's what's going on today. So what's on task today? Weird but true news of the week, right? We got some stories out there that we're going to get to. The Mount Rushmore of cereal we're going to get to, right? What cereal do you guys got? Give me your cereal picks when we get to the cereal part of the podcast. So I can remember who you guys pick. Are fireworks overrated? And are relationships overrated? Oh, relationships. Got a little relationship talk, right? So let's get to it. Woman arrested for calling cops to get out of a date with a man she met online. Oh, boy. A woman was arrested for... Oh, real quick. I'm sorry. Before I get into this. Is the background audio too loud? So before I get into the story, I want you guys to tell me right now before I move on, is the background audio too loud? If it is, I'll turn it down. I don't want it to be, overcasting my voice. So let me know real quick before I move on, guys, if you can. I'll get to some of your comments. Callie Blitz, haven't eaten cereal since my kids been in elementary school. Now they're 19 and 23. Cinnamon Toast Crunch was good as well. Yeah, man, Cinnamon Toast Crunch is one of the best out there. But like I said, we're going to get into the cereal topic soon. So save your... and by the way, if you don't eat cereal, no, that's okay. Just try to, if you can, remember what you ate as a kid, what you loved as a kid. I still eat cereal. I'm 45. I love cereal. Listen, man, I'm going to eat what I like. Right? Like, I don't go by... I'm not saying you do that, but I'm not going by, because I'm a certain age, I don't... that's for kids. Like, no, man, I'm gonna I'm going to do what I want, right? Like, if I still like candy, I'm going to eat candy. If I like cereal, I'm going to eat cereal. Like, I'm not going to, do it, not eat it because society says we're too old we shouldn't eat kids' cereal anymore. It's ridiculous. Save the cereal. Beth, save the cereal talk for later. Guys, let me know about the music. Let me see here. Hold on. No, not with your voice, Tommy. You could have it at Ace or it's a rock blasting. So we're good. Okay. So Scott says we're good. Okay, good. All right, so let's get to it. So let's get to this news here. Woman arrested for calling cops to get out of a date with a man she met online. Right away, that's not a good reason to call the police, right? That's pretty bad. A woman was arrested for falsely reporting a crime after she called the cops and fabricated a story in order to get out of a first date. So mind you, it's a first date as well, right? It's not like it's a second date and this guy's creeping her out, right? Or for some odd reason, right? Yeah, so right away, this girl has issues, right? Weird. Samaya Thomas, 18, scheduled a romantic evening with a stranger she had matched up with on a dating app. But when he arrived at her doorstep on June 16th, she suddenly got cold feet and phoned the cops. By the way, Iowa, all right? The North Liberty, Iowa woman told officers that the man was an abusive ex who was threatening to cause her physical harm, according to an affidavit pertaining to the bizarre case. Thomas, who also falsely claimed she was pregnant with the man's child, said he planned to hit, punch, kick, and stab her. When officers arrived at the scene, the man informed them that he only met Thomas via a dating app approximately 1 week prior. And here she is. Here's the lovely woman, Samaya Thomas, 18, arrested, of course. The conversation showed he was being honest, and he really did just meet this female. Thomas, however, had told the officers that they had known each other for 2 years and accused the man of being abusive and threatening to cause harm to her, while claiming their written communications had taken place over Snapchat. Officers later discovered that Thomas was lying and had deleted messages from her phone between her and her date, and she eventually admitted to making these false reports because she got cold feet on meeting him. The report claims that she didn't think officers would help, so she made up the call and the events that she described. As a result, the man, who was not named, was detained for more than an hour, according to the Daily Mail. Thomas was arrested and charged with 2 counts of false report of intentional offense to public entity, which is a misdemeanor, and 1 count of false report of a 911 call. Yeah, so, I mean, what are you doing there? What are you doing? Okay, listen, I get it. The guy showed up, you look through your doorbell or your Ring cam, and he's not your type, right? Or he's not whatever. He's not what you thought he was going to be. Or maybe you just got cold feet, you got scared. You're 18, maybe your first date, like first person you ever met online. I get it. But 1, you don't need to open the door. You didn't need to do that. 2, you could have texted them and just say, hey, look, I really, I'm sorry. I got cold feet or I'm uncomfortable. I made the wrong decision, whatever. And if the guy freaks out, starts hitting your door, because he's mad, then fine. Maybe you call the cops and say, hey, this guy's going crazy. He was going to meet him. But to put this guy, to call the cops, and by the way, not only call the cops, but say, this guy is abusive, he's here to hurt me, I'm pregnant, like, just to get the cops there that quick to get this guy removed from your property is terrible. That's a terrible thing, right? And then they detain this guy. They probably put him, detained, meaning they put him in cuffs probably, for over an hour. Is terrible. It's a terrible thing to do to someone. And guys, we all know this too well. And I'm not saying all women lie, Beth, you're right. I'm not saying that, so don't take it wrong. Men lie too. But it just seems to be like an ongoing thing as of late. And we all know it too well, Matt Ariza, that it can really do these men harm. And, luckily in this case, there was no proof, or there was actually proof that she was lying. And no harm, no foul, kind of. But what a night for this guy, right? Like, what an embarrassment. And I'm sure there's people out there watching this guy get handcuffed or whatever was going on. But, man, these women need to be taken. Something more needs to happen. Like, I don't think that's enough. A misdemeanor. Like, what if they believed her, right? What if this crazy woman somehow convinced the cops to arrest him, right? And this guy has to go to jail. He has to hire a lawyer because this girl lied. It's terrible. Very, very bad. And it just shouldn't be, man. It's just bad. This is my point, Ariza. Tom, I'm reading my mind. Yeah. And I gotta say, man, I was thinking about this the other day. Speaking of the Matt Ariza thing. I initially, and I still kind of think the Bills did the right thing, but now that I kind of look back, I think they did the wrong thing in a way, right? I think by releasing him, what they should have done is this. They should have released him with pay. Like, not even released him, sorry. They should have let him handle his business, like kind of like let him, like when a cop or whatever, like wherever profession, something's going on, they release you with pay, let you handle your business, right? To see, and then they can do the research and find out what the truth is, and then they bring you back. I think what they should have done was kept him on the team, have him go handle his business, but keep him still on the team. Find out what's going to happen, because clearly what happened was she lied, and then you could have brought him back the following season. Very simple. Then everyone would have said, you know what, the Bills did the right thing. They let him go with pay, like, you know what I mean, like. He's still under contract, but right now they're going to let him handle his business. And so it wouldn't really look like a bad thing, because if he was guilty, then the Bills would have just released him. Said, okay, now the evidence came in. Now you're, whatever. But look what happened. They released him, right? Then they fucked up again, in my opinion, when it came out that he was innocent, that she was lying. The Bills still have the chance to call this dude up, his agent at least, and say, hey, Matt, we made a mistake. Here's the deal. We want you back. We want you, like, especially now, because Sam Martin is hurt. We need a punter urgently. They should have brought him back right there and then. Instead, they don't. Then they still have another opportunity when the season ends to call him back up and say, look, we want to bring you in to compete against Sam Martin. But no, they don't. You know who does? The Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs do. Why? Because that's what the good organizations see good talent. And they said, hey, we can sign this guy a cheap deal. You know he's going to come in. You know we know he has a big leg. We've seen it already in college. We've seen it in his early preseason with the Bills. And look, he's already booming 80-yard kicks in practice. I'm telling you guys, man, like the Bills at the end of the day, I do now think they made a mistake with that. And I think that girl should get in trouble for that. I do. I think I'm shocked that Matt Ariza agreed to not file like a lawsuit against her. But I think he just wanted to move on. And it is what it is. And look, he got a job, right? He's back in the NFL. So that's good. That's good news. I'm happy for him. But yeah, basically the story is, look, if you're a female out there and you're not comfortable with meeting a guy online, you made a mistake like this lady did, it's as simple as calling the guy or texting him and say, I made a mistake. I don't want to meet you. Yeah, you're going to probably offend him. He might call you a bitch or whatever, right? He might say some bad words to you. Who cares? But you're not going to call the police and get this guy arrested for you're not going to falsely accuse him of beating you or whatever you're doing. Like, that's terrible. So that is the crazy news there. Today. Yo, Jimmy, what up? What up? What up? Glad to see you here. Glad everybody's here in the chat. Look, man, I'm trying to build this thing up, man. This lunch break podcast. So I hope you guys are enjoying it, man. It's a different kind of feel, man. Once again, just if you guys have friends or anybody that's interested in just shooting the shit with me, right? Just talking about whatever. Tell them about the podcast every Friday at 1 p.m. I really, really appreciate that. It's going to help this channel grow. It's going to help this podcast grow as well. So, and by the way, in the future, and hopefully soon, I want to have guests on here. I want to have people that like even music. Because I know a few people here, musicians, artists, music, whatever you call them, that would come on my podcast and actually do a song, one of their songs or original songs or whatever. So I'm gonna try to have this more of almost like a show. So look for that in the future as well, and just guests in general, talking about whatever they do. Like I want to have this just to be so unique and different. Almost like a daily YouTube talk show, or at least once a week talk show for you guys. So I'll let you know, obviously, as we continue to grow on this channel, on this platform, what would I have in store. All right. I'm having a hot dog for lunch. Don't talk to me about hot dogs. I went to work, by the way, on Thursday. And the cook was like, hey, we brung in hot dogs. And I'm like, ugh. no hot like, just the sound of it gets me nauseous right now. I do not want to see hot dog for a long time. Call it Tommy Got Talent Show. Yeah, talent show. That's right. Maybe I'll get maybe I'll get some comedians on here, right? Just a bunch of random things, right? Why not? All right, so there was something funny too the other day. So when they did the hot dog contest, let me see if I can find that. They did a lemonade also contest at the same event there at Coney Island. So let me see if I can pull that up. And of course, that did not go well for one of the competitors. And I'll show you that right now. Show you that right now. Let me see if I can find it for you guys. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So this didn't go well for one of these. So the challenge was to drink a gallon of lemonade in, I think, 1 minute. They had 1 minute to drink a gallon of lemonade. This gentleman here is the champion, by the way. This guy right here. This guy can drink gallons of soda in like 30 seconds. This guy's crazy. Like, I don't know how this guy is still alive, right? But there was a competitor. Oh, no, I didn't have it up. Oh, no. Oh, no, I'm sorry. So look how fast this dude. But the guy to the right, the Mohawk. World record, 1 gallon. All right, so let me see if I can get to the guy, because I think you guys missed it here. All right, y'all ready? Go! So... yeah, it didn't go well. It didn't go well for that guy. And by the way, that was nothing. He continued. He continued on. He continued on. Lemonade barfing. I mean, multiple times. it was just like, yo, this is not for you, bud. Like, probably don't want to do that again. You know what it reminded me of? Stand By Me. Who remembers Stand By Me in the chat? Come on now. Y'all remember Stand By Me. When he was telling a story about, what was the guy's name in the story? God, what was his name? Can you guys help me by this? The guy in the contest. They named him something. What was his name? Lardass? Was it Lardass? Lardass. And everybody made fun of him, right? And his thing was he's going to get even with everybody at the blueberry eating contest. So he drinks like what, vinegar? He drinks something before the contest begins. The contest is going. He wins, and then he gets up and his stomach starts making this crazy noise, and he just hurls blueberries at everybody in the front, and then everybody starts hurling over everyone else, and there's blueberries everywhere on everyone. That kind of reminded me of it, because if you guys go back, if you get time to watch that lemonade thing, this kid, that guy in the mohawk, I mean, it was like coming out like a hose, man. And the crowd was going, oh, whoa. And bro, then they try to get him off the stage, and he's just hurling lemonade. I mean, it is coming out, man. And I'm like, yo, this is not for you, bud. Don't ever do that again. Oh, Chopper 6 Balls was great, man. Funny part, my current dog is Milo, the name of the guy that owned the junkyard in Stand By Me. Yeah, that was a great part, too. Chopper 6 Balls. Yeah. That was such a great movie. That's another one of those movies that, if it's on TV, I could definitely watch it. Like I wouldn't change the channel, and I've seen it a gazillion times. Seen Stand By Me so many times. But that's one movie, just like Rambo. We talked about it last week, that when you're flipping through channels and Stand By Me's on, you're probably going to keep it there, even though you've seen it a gazillion times. So, yeah, it's one of those movies, man. Scott, trying to figure out why people feel victory to stuff their guts, with anything. Listen, man, I'm guilty of it. I'm not going to lie. Right? Like, did I ever tell you guys the story? The story of me trying to eat like a 4-pound burger or 5-pound burger. I forget the weight of the burger, but the burger was huge. And I guess I don't think I told you guys this story. So why not? Since we're talking about food, I'll get into it. Hey, why not, right? It's a lunch break podcast, right? Like, we're going to talk about everything. So, I'm from South Florida, as you guys know. I live in Detroit now. Anyways, this happened in South Florida back in 2014 or the end of 2013, something like that. It's December, it's Christmas time, and I was dating a girl who worked at a doctor's office at the time, and the doctor would take everyone to dinner on Christmas Eve. And if they had a spouse or a boyfriend, they would go with them, and he would pay for the whole bill. Like, that was his Christmas gift to his workers at the doctor's office. So, I'm like, all right, obviously I'll go. All right. So, we go to a place called Bo Campers, and Bo Campers is in Sunrise, Florida, and it's a big, nice sports bar, but it's huge, right? And we get there, and I'm going through the menu, because basically it doesn't matter. He said, like, the guy's loaded, right? He's like, order anything you want, anything on the menu, right? So, of course, me being me, right? I'm like, okay, anything I want, huh? All right. So I'm flipping through this menu. And by the way, this is a big menu. I told you, this is a big sports bar. Big menu. So I'm like going through everything. I'm like thinking, damn, steak. What do I want here, right? And then I come upon the challenge, the hamburger challenge, and it's $50. I think it was like 40 or 50 bucks. And I think I want to say a 5-pound burger. I could be wrong. Let me look this up because I don't want to, either way, this thing was huge. Let's see here. All right. Bo Camper's Burger Challenge. Let's see here. So this thing is, you get 1 hour. It's a 4-pound burger. Okay. So I was close. So here's how it works. They give you 1 hour to eat a 4-pound bacon cheeseburger. They also give you fries, but you don't need to eat the fries. You got to eat the 4-pound burger, and you got to eat the bun. You got to eat everything on it. Everything. You got 1 hour. And it's free, by the way. You beat it. And at that time, there was like 3 winners, right? And they were open for a while. So it's not like this is an easy thing to do. So I'm like, I want to do it. Right? And everybody was at the table. Like, my girlfriend was so embarrassed. And by the way, I wasn't this big at the time. I think I was like 215 pounds. So I was still in shape, relatively in shape at the time. So I still was a big eater. I've always ate big and I ate fast. So I'm like, you know what? I could do it. I know I could do it. So I'm like, I'm going to do it. So the waiter's like, all right, it takes about an hour to cook. And I'm like, okay. So all of a sudden, so we're about 45 minutes in. By the way, everybody at the table had already eaten their dinner. Right? Pretty much, right? They're all waiting on good old Tommy to get his 4-pound bacon cheeseburger. So, so all of a sudden, Rocky music hits. And this place has like a bunch of large screen TVs, like huge, like massive. And there's a camera right on me. And it's the Rocky music, right? And it's the waitress coming out with his burger. And I couldn't believe it. Like, this thing was massive. So, of course, everybody at the restaurant is looking at me and going, all right, so like everything's on me. So everybody's, yeah. So I get the cheese, they lay it down. Now, mind you, they give you an hour, but they don't tell you that the burger is piping hot. I mean hot, guys. So you ever get a burger like at a place and they give it to you fat and you go to bite in it and it's freaking hot, as burns your mouth? Imagine a 4-pound burger. This thing was steaming hot. They don't tell you that. They just tell you dig in. And of course, you got an hour, so you're going to eat fast. So my first bite, I burnt the shit out of my mouth. I mean, I lit it up. I had no roof in my mouth. Like, it was gone. So right away, I'm in like trouble. I'm in trouble because I'm in pain. This thing's piping hot. So my idea of this was to eat the meat first. Get the burger over and then eat the bun. By the way, the bun was like a freaking loaf of bread. It was huge. But I'm like, you know what? I'm going to rip the bun apart and I'm going to put that for last. I'm going to eat the burger. So I finished the burger, guys, in like 35 minutes. I was done with it. But here's the problem. I was starting to get full, and I look over and the bread, the bun that I ripped up, I don't know why I didn't realize at the time, was, like I said, like a loaf of bread. And I looked over to everybody. I'm like, I can't do it. It's not going to happen. So obviously I lost the challenge. Well, that's not the end of the story. It's not the end of the story, guys. So I think that was the day before Christmas Eve, actually. So I had to work a half a day for Christmas Eve at my old job. So I go in. I'm not feeling well. Wow, surprise. I'm not feeling well. The day after I ate, a 4-pound hamburger. So I'm in work, and I was supposed to go after work to dinner at my girlfriend's house, or parents' house. And I am nauseous. I'm sweating. I'm like just not feeling well. So my girl's like, why don't you go lay down? I go lay down, and I am trying to everything. I'm trying to throw up. I'm trying to go to the bathroom. Nothing, guys. Nothing. So I go home. We leave early, and you know what happens? I go to the hospital. I go to the hospital on Christmas morning at 5 in the morning, I think. I felt like I was dying. I felt like there was a knife in my stomach. And it wound up being my gallbladder. My gallbladder, they could not find. And they had to take it out. So I had to like get emergency emergency care to remove my gallbladder. So the moral of the story is I won't ever do that again. Like, even though I don't have a gallbladder anymore, yeah, it's not safe. So yes, I don't know how these competitive eaters do it, especially if they have gallbladders, because listen, competitive or not, I don't care how great in shape you are, you're still digesting a bunch of bad food. Like let's be real. Like hamburgers have a ton of grease, hot dogs a ton of grease and fats, and just whatever the hell else they put in there. So I don't know how they do it and stay healthy. I really don't. And this guy that's drinking gallons of sweet tea in 30 seconds and lemonade, it's still going through your system. That can't be good for you. So yeah. For as much as I feel like I can eat a lot and fast, I cannot. And I probably, and I know I won't. I tried to do the hot dog thing for you guys last year. Like I really tried. And I probably shouldn't have, because I should have. But I just, yeah. Anyway, so don't do it. Don't do it. Take my advice and don't do it. But if you guys have a chance, go on YouTube. Look up Bo Camper's Burger Challenge. There's videos on there of people attempting it or beating it. And man, it's a massive, massive burger. And if you're ever in South Florida and you feel like you're up for it, go to Bo Campers, try it out. It's a good place anyways to go to, but yeah, man, brutal. Will not do it again. Yeah, no, they definitely 100%, Scott, but it doesn't matter if they throw up. I'm sure all that like grease and like fats are still running through your system. They still, all the sugar that guy drank, like they can't be helped. There's no way their bodies are in good shape. It's just impossible. It's impossible. In Florida, one of the places they had in Tampa. Yeah, so Bo Camper, by the way, I think he's like a former Dolphin player or something like that. I forget his name, but anyways, nice place. But let's get to, I wanted to talk to you guys about something else. Oh yeah, let's go ahead and get to, let's do it, man. Let's talk about the cereal. Why not, man? Let's get into that cereal game. So this is a list here from a website I pulled up. By the way, some of these I never seen in my life, right? Some of these, I'll zoom this in. Some of these cereals, I have no idea. So the number one that they got here is Quisp cereal by Quaker. I've never heard of Quisp cereal. Has anyone? I'm gonna ask before we move on. Anyone know what the hell Quisp cereal is? Like, I consider myself kind of an expert when it comes to cereal. I've never heard of that cereal in my life. Never. But yeah, so we're gonna get into the cereal game. So guys, Mount Rushmore, pick 4. Put it in the chat. I'll put it up. Pick 4 of your Mount Rushmore cereals. Even if you don't eat cereal anymore. Just growing up as a kid, like what your 4 favorite were, or the 4 best Mount Rushmore, your Mount Rushmore. So Quisp cereal, never heard of it. So I guess apparently none of you guys have either, because you're not responding. Frosted Flakes coming in at number 2. Now, by the way, this is their list of, this is the top 200. Listen, Frosted Flakes is a classic. No doubt about it. Like, if I was somewhere and all they had was, like, Frosted Flakes to eat or whatever, like, that was my choice, fine. Right? Like they were out of, whatever. I would be totally fine with Frosted Flakes. A little boring, but it still tastes good. 100%. This cereal here, concentrate cereal, I have no idea what the hell that is. Another cereal, couldn't tell you what that is. It doesn't even look good, but apparently Kellogg's made. Corn Flakes. I do not like Corn Flakes. I'm sorry. That's something my grandparents would eat when I would go over there, like stay at my grandparents for the night or whatever, if they were babysitting me when I was a kid. Terrible. That is an old people cereal. I don't care how much sugar you add to it. It is not good. Okay, that is definitely an old person cereal. Let's see here. Scott knows what Quisp is. Quisp had it decades ago. I've never heard of it. Never in my life heard of Quisp. Better not have any cavities. Okay, so Scott. Yes, I do. I am missing, believe it or not, this side of my mouth, my left side of my mouth, bottom row, I got one tooth remaining on the bottom side. So, yes, cavities do follow me, and it sucks. So, as you can see, I eat cereal. Anyways, moving on. Corn Flakes. Boring. That would definitely not make my Mount Rushmore. Terrible. No taste at all. And the next one, maybe even worse. Cheerios. Disgusting. I cannot. Gross. Like, who the hell? Another cereal my grandparents would have in their cupboard. Very gross. Scott, I was just about to say that. Honey Nut Cheerios. Yes, that's when they stepped the game up. But when you go to your grandparents' house, no Honey Nut Cheerios. Not for my grandparents. They want, they were very sugar-free. Gotta be healthy and good if they're gonna have cereal in their cupboard. So they had good old classic Cheerios, unfortunately, for me. So trust me, when I stayed at my grandparents', it was the worst. Absolute worst. They had nothing. It was old people cereal. I couldn't stand it. Crumble cereal. Never heard of it. If you guys know what Crumbles is, let me know. Couldn't tell you. And here we go. Here we go. And here we go. My first pick in my Mount Rushmore. Cap'n Crunch cereal. The Captain. Man, guys, so damn good. Introduced in 1963. Captain Crunch full name, Hartario Q Crunch. The character was created before the cereal, 1963. And in response to a survey that indicated that children dislike soggy cereal. I agree. 1985, Captain Crunch disappeared from the boxes of Captain Crunch cereal, leaving question mark and an empty silhouette in his place. The Where's the Captain campaign encouraged kids to decipher his whereabouts throughout clues on the back of the box. In December of 1985, it was revealed that the Captain had been hanging out in the Milky Way. Quaker repeated that campaign in 2000, which resulted in a temporary new cereal, Mystery Crunch. So yeah, man, almost 50 years later, the blue suited Captain with a C on his hat still appears on boxes of Captain Crunch cereal. At least 25 spin-off cereals have been created between 1963 and 2008. Some look more successful than other, but everyone featured Captain Crunch as a character on the box, except for Mystery Crunch, and few boxes during campaigns where kids were supposed to guess why the Captain wasn't on the box. Man, yeah. So guys, how do you feel about the Captain? Because the Captain Crunch is on Mount Rushmore. 100% my Mount Rushmore, a cereal for sure. Hello, Tommy. I'm feeling a little better today, but I still have my brace for my right wrist. Keep me in your prayers. Yeah, everybody, keep Mr. Fulton Mraz in your prayers. The dude got hit by a damn car. Got hit by a car. Man, Like, that's brutal, man. And yeah, prayers to you, man. I hope you have a speedy recovery, because that sucks, dude. Like, that sucks, bro. Like, I'm sorry, man. Let's see here. I'm getting some of this there. See here. Quiz was similar to Captain Crunch, Tommy. Just just smoother, so it didn't tear your skin off the top of your mouth. You would like, okay. Listen, I don't care. That's the one thing I don't mind. Tear my mouth apart with that Captain Crunch, man. Tear it apart, man, because it's so damn good. It is so damn good. So right now, when we get to the end of this, guys, as I'm going through, if you guys could start putting your Mount Rushmore together, or say, hey, because there's a lot here, right? We're gonna go through. Beth, I was so close to putting Chris Specs on my list. Love Chris Specs. It's so, I gotta say though, I will say this. My grandparents, that was one cereal they did have here and there, and I'm like, yo, not bad. Like, for an old people kind of cereal, not bad. Not bad at all. So, 100% Beth, I agree. Chris Specs is pretty damn good. Especially for, like, not a kid's cereal, right? Not bad at all. So, yeah. Beth says she likes plain, bland cereals. Listen, Beth, it's your Mount Rushmore, but I'm with you on the Chris Specs. They are good, man. They are definitely good. And I'm gonna mention another cereal that's on my. You know what? Matter of fact, you know what? Why not? Let me just show you guys mine right now. Let me get it over with. I'll show you guys mine. Let's see here. That's what she said. Okay. Here we go. So there is my Mount Rushmore of a cereal. So Captain Crunch, O's, the Honey Graham. I want you guys to understand this. There's a new O's out because O's got bought out from God, what was the cereal? From the maker. Who makes that? I'm sorry, guys. Who's the maker of? Oh, Quaker Oat. Okay, so Quaker Oat sold O's. So I think Post or something bought it, and it is no longer Honey Graham. It is just Honey O's, and the taste is totally different. So O's Honey Graham is so good. All right, here we go. Kix cereal. Gotta have Kix. Let me tell you, Kix is another cereal that is not necessarily a sugary cereal, but it's so damn good. It is so damn good. And my last one is Life Cinnamon. Life Cinnamon is so freaking good. That is another cereal my grandparents refused to get. They got Life cereal, which is boring and not that good. Cinnamon Life, excellent. And that's why, it's on my Mount Rushmore. It is so good. But guys, there's so many good cereals, man. This is a tough list. When we're scrolling down here, you're gonna see Grape Nut cereal, not really my cup of tea. Some of these cereals, by the way, are not even around anymore, right? Like Puffa Rice, never heard of it. And some of these, man, it's so tough because you can only pick 4. Honey Nut Cheerios is a classic, but it didn't make my list because I don't know if Honey Nut Cheerios would crack my top 10, but I think it would crack a lot of people's top 10. It just wouldn't crack mine. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, very close to making my list. Very good cereal. The only problem I have with Cinnamon Toast Crunch, guys, it gets soggy so quick. Like, you gotta eat it fast. And if you eat it too fast, the cinnamon it messes you up a little bit in your throat. So I don't know. That's my only problem with it. Lucky Charms is very good too. Very good. Raisin Bran, I don't mind it, but I like Raisin Bran Crunch. I prefer that. But I can see why some people wouldn't like it because raisins aren't for everybody. Wow, Scott's saying Golden Crisp. I used to like Golden Crisp a lot as a kid. Loved it. Loved it as a kid, man. For sure. Rice Krispies, not bad. But once again, it's one of those... cereals where you got to add sugar. You got to add sugar to Rice Krispies. It's kind of a little boring. Now, Cocoa Krispies, excellent. Cocoa Krispies that was a game changer, right? When Cocoa Krispies came out, changed the game. Changed the game on the Rice Krispie cereal. All right. As you guys remember, Frankenberry. Remember this? When they only bring them, and they still bring them out, by the way. Boo Berry, Frankenberry, and Count Chocula. They bring out every Halloween. I am still a fan of all those cereals. I think they're very good. But they only come out in Halloween. But they don't make my list. Don't make my list. And there it is, Count Chocula. I think Count Chocula is the best one out of that group. And there's Boo Berry right there, coming at 23 on their list. Very good. By the way, Peanut Butter Crunch. Excellent. Love Peanut Butter Crunch. It didn't make my list because, I think they're in the top 10. But, man, very good. Fruit Loops. You got Fruit Loops. Man, very good cereal. Trix, very good. Waffle Crisp, Golden Grams, not bad. Honeycombs, not bad, but I think they lose their flavor if they're in the milk too long. E.T. cereal, never got it. Never remember. Yeah, why are Fruit Loops? I don't know. Fruit Loops should have been higher on this list. This list is a little surprising. I gotta say, like, there's some cereal that should be higher. Like, Fruit Loops is very low, right? Like, you are right. Like, where's Fruit Loops here? Number 27. Like, why are they not ahead of Hidden Treasure cereal? I'd never even heard. Or what about buckwheat? Buckwheat cereal? Who the hell is eating buckwheat cereal? Corn Flakes and Peaches cereal? Does not sound good. Does that sound good? I mean, listen, I don't mind a good peach. But in your cereal, like a cornflake that tastes like with peaches or whatever? I don't know. You're right. I think that's too low. Super Sugar Crisp cereal. I don't know if that's out anymore. I used to like that cereal, by the way. E.T. Cookie Crisp chocolate chip cereal. Love me some Cookie Crisp. As a matter of fact, I got a box of Cookie Crisp cereal right now. So, Cocoa Pebbles. Love Fruity and Cocoa Pebbles. They're damn good. Love them. Let's get some of your comments. Oreos are good. Yeah, they're good too. That's a recent cereal. I don't know if it's going to be on the list because they haven't been around too long. Buckwheat cereal sounded like it was named after the kid from A Little Rascal. And it might have been. It might have been. But I do not remember eating buckwheat cereal. I got $1. Hey. Oh, my God. Look, another one I don't remember. C-3PO cereal. So, obviously, after Star Trek. Star Wars. Sorry for you Star Wars guys out there. Star Wars. I never had that. Couldn't tell you what that's about. Frosted Mini Chex cereal. Never had it. Apple Jacks. Okay. Apple Jacks is weird to me. It's okay. Like, I don't think it's great. I don't think it's terrible. It's whatever. Like, if it's around, I'll eat it, I guess. Nerd cereal. I love Nerds, but I never had it. I don't know how it would taste a cereal. I don't know. There's the Cocoa Krispies. I think they changed the game when they do Cocoa Krispie. Fruity Pebbles, damn good. I told you guys, Fruity Pebbles and Cocoa Pebbles, damn good. Scott likes Rice Chex. Jeez, Scott, you and Beth with the old people cereal. Now, at least you guys you do agree that Cinnamon Life is good, but man, you guys are coming at me with some grandpa and grandma cereal right now. Come on, man. I know you had some sugar cereals when you guys were young now. Mr. T cereal. Y'all remember Mr. T cereal? That was exactly like Captain Crunch. It was a knockoff of Captain Crunch, but I loved it because I loved Mr. T growing up. And come on, guys. Y'all know Mr. T was the man in the 80s. Like, that was that dude. And if y'all remember, Pee Wee Herman had that movie. He ate Mr. T cereal in the start of that movie. in a huge bowl, and he had one bite and he was done. But Mr. T cereal was Captain Crunch, but it was really, really good. Frosted Mini Wheats. Okay, I actually have a box as well in my cupboard. I like Frosted Mini Wheats. The only problem is, Scott, that I wish they would. Two things. One, they used to have the larger Frosted Mini Wheats back in the day. They don't have those anymore. And two, why can't they just have one where they put the frosting all the way around the cereal part and just have the wheat in the middle? Why just put it on the top? Because that's another cereal where you got to eat it really, really quick or the frosting will disappear in the milk. And it's not like you could drink the milk after because it has all that wheat crap floating around the milk. You know what I mean? Like most of the time, another good thing about eating cereal is when you drink the milk after, like let's say you have Cocoa Puffs, which by the way, Cocoa Puffs, damn good. You can drink the milk after. It's like chocolate milk almost. You can't drink no Frosted Mini Wheat cereal because they get the freaking wheat crap all in. Like it's not good. So, yeah. But I like it, but you got to eat it quick, and I just wish they would have. They never changed the game up. Never. Can't eat chocolate cereal. Got a weird chocolate. Really? Wow. Well, I got to say, like, I am particular on my chocolate cereals, Callie, but Cocoa Puffs does it right, in my opinion. Cocoa Krispies does it right. Cocoa Pebbles does it right. And Count Chocula. I've had others not so good. Other chocolate cereal. I don't like the chocolate. I'm with you there. But man, those that I just mentioned are really, really good. Special K, another cereal that you would expect at my grandparents' house. Not good. Like that's another cereal where you got to add sugar, and even then, it's not the best. And I'm sure Beth likes Beth and Scott probably love them some Special Ks. Wheaties. You know Wheaties? I never like Wheaties. Never, ever. I never like the taste of Wheaties. What's your guys' thoughts on Wheaties? Y'all like Wheaties? I'm not a big fan of Wheaties. Alphabet cereal. Remember Alphabets? Alphabet cereal. Not bad. Cocoa Puffs. Boy, they got this really... They like a low one. They should have this much higher on their list. 61. Cocoa Puffs was a game changer, man. Reese Puff cereal, not a fan. I thought it would be much better, not a fan. I'm gonna go through this a little quicker because we're running out of time here. Never heard of Jet cereal. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cereal, I remember it. It was okay. Y'all remember King Vitamin cereal? It was another knockoff of Captain Crunch. It wasn't bad. But it was Captain Crunch. And it was crazy that Quaker made it, and Quaker makes Captain Crunch. So it's really odd that they would put out the same cereal with a different name. Weird. Let's see what else they got on here. There's somebody mentioned Oreo O cereal. There it is. Coming in at 84. So, yeah, not bad. It's not bad, but I wasn't huge. There's Life Cinnamon. Wow, 92 on their list. Man, that's crazy low, right? It should be way higher than that. Life cereal, Golden Crisp. I liked as a kid. I tried it again recently. Did not like it, or whenever it was when I last tried it. And I think that's it. Let me see here. Cookie Crisp, we already talked about. Nesquik cereal. I'll tell you what, I never had it. I would try it, but I don't think it's out anymore. And now we're getting to like the really weird, wacky ones that probably didn't make it long. Look at this Cracker Jack cereal. Like, when the hell was that? Like, I definitely never had Cracker Jack cereal. And yeah, this is it. Like Choco Donuts, Captain Crunch. I never had that. And it looks like that's it. The rest are just oddball cereals, man. So there's Kix. Wow. Kix cereal coming in at 184 is a little crazy to me, man. I think Kix cereal is really, really good. So anyways, guys, that is the list of cereals, man. So it's and that's just By the way, there's way more cereal. That was just their list of 200. It's crazy the amount of cereal throughout the years that they've made and tried to sell. Like, so many have come and gone. But there's certain cereals that remain strong, man. Remain in the game. That kids still love today. That adults still love. Like myself. So, yeah. Golden Smacks didn't make the top 100. I know, crazy, right? Wild. Some of these lists that did not make it. So, yeah. So, what I'm gathering here is a lot of you guys like the not so sugary cereals. But we do agree on this. I will say this: Scott and Beth, we have cinnamon life as on our Mount Rushmore, so that's good. We agree on that. Can we agree at least on the Captain Crunch guys? That come on, y'all gotta give it up to the Captain, right? Like, he has to be on there, right? The most sugary, I would say, Captain Crunch has to be probably the most sugary cereal. I could be wrong. It's probably up there with Cookie Crisp, which are cookies and milk. And I love them. But I think Captain Crunch probably is the most sugary cereal. Like, there's probably no vitamins in Captain Crunch. Right? It's just straight up sugar, man. But anyways, that was my list, man. I just thought about the other day because, man, whenever I go shopping, I get stuck in the in the cereal aisle. So, but I'm glad we talked about nonsense and cereal today. Let's see here. So I do want to talk about something too. July 4th. Oh, by the way, did you guys see this? I think somebody had mentioned it earlier in the chat. Did you guys see this? This lady's leg that got bit by a shark on July 4th in Texas. Yeah, brutal. If you haven't seen it, look at that, man. I mean, my God, there's a chunk of her leg. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it is gone. Like, she has no calf muscle there. Like, that shark said, "Thank you very much for swimming out here today. I was a little hungry." And, wow, like, brutal. Let me see if I can get that. So this is people freaking out, of course, out after a shark bit this lady. And I would be too. Like, I think that would scar me from going back into the beach, like back into the water, right? Like, it's crazy because I'm from South Florida. Growing up, I swim a lot at the beach. Like, my mom would take me to the beach all the time, or I would go with my friends as a teenager. Like, I never thought about a shark biting me. Never. And I'm gonna tell you right now, man, the sharks and look, you see it swimming in the ocean. The sharks and whales and dolphins, like, they're starting to not be so happy. You guys see the shark there, right? You see the shark swimming? They have it on camera. Let me see if I can rewind that. That's wild, because look, you can see the shark in the water. You can still see the shark in the water, guys. So look, they're recording it right here. There it is. Look at that thing. That thing's like, "Yo, come on back. Come on back. Come on back. Let's have a little fun." Right? Let's do this. Let's have a little fun. Right. Why y'all leaving so soon, right? You know, I don't understand why y'all going, right? Why don't you bring that lady on back so I can finish what I started? Right? Wow, man, unbelievable. So, yeah, man, like, so I'm gonna tell you, man. swimming in the ocean or in the beach, whatever. Like, yeah, I think I'll pass. I think I'll save my swimming for pools. If I'm ever, in that mood to swim, I'll just go to a pool, right? Or a jacuzzi, right? Even though you can't swim in a jacuzzi, I prefer a jacuzzi, just chilling in a jacuzzi rather than a pool. Pool's good. No problem with the pool. Like, and by the way, swimming is very good for you. But I ain't trying to get my leg ripped off. Right? Hey, my buddy Sean from Red, White, and Bills in the house. The Shark was ready to spin back the block again. Absolutely. He was ready, boy. Like, he was like, man, he was like, yo, what's up, man? Bring her on. I'm still, that was a little taste. Right? I want the whole thing now. Yeah, so that was a terrible July 4th for her. And man, guys, like, that lady, like, pretty much her calf is gone. Like, I'm assuming, I don't know how she's gonna recover from that. Like, I don't know. I would think she's gonna lose her leg. Like, I could be wrong. I don't know how that works, but ugh. Put it this way, she's not gonna be walking for a while. And she's gonna have some serious PTSD, like, for real. Like, this messed her up for a while. And anyone else that was there that witnessed that, they're gonna remember that for a while. Like, that's something you just don't forget about, right? You're gonna remember the day you were at a beach and some lady got her calf swallowed up by a shark. Oh my God. Anyways, I wanted to get to that, and that was a crazy July 4th story that happened in Texas, which is just, man, wild. I do gotta ask you guys about this. I mean, and be honest. Are you guys fed up with the fireworks? Are you done with it? Is that shit, like, overrated? Like, I'm sorry. Even as a kid, I was never, like, big into fireworks. Wow, I gotta go and buy, Mom, go buy fireworks. I gotta have fireworks. They're okay. As a kid, they were okay. Whatever. Yeah. I didn't need to go outside and stay outside to watch fireworks. Whatever. Like, I just for me it wasn't. Listen, I'm not saying for you guys. I'm just saying me personally. Never got into the fireworks thing as a kid, even as a kid, and especially now. Way overrated. You spend all that money, and these people, by the way, they're spending thousands of dollars on fireworks. You're blasting away money in the air, something that lasts for a few seconds. You're just spitting out firework cash in the air, right? Blowing it up. Yeah, I'm good with that. Like, even if I wasn't a fireworks, I'm not buying them. I rather just go and watch somebody else blow their money away in the air, and I'll enjoy it. Right? Like, Red, White, and Bills, I like them when they are planned at parks, but not from 10 to 12 at night outside my house, waking me up every 10. Yeah, and that's the other thing. Exactly. That's the other thing I'm going to get to. Do you really need to, start your fucking fireworks, 3 days in advance and at, midnight? I mean, I had the other day, I was in my room trying to go to bed, like 12:30 at night, and blasting fireworks, loud ones, right outside my house. Craziness, man. Like, and that's the other thing. They're just not considerate as well. Like, they buy these things, and listen, it's not because I'm old. I don't care. I just don't. I think it's just so inconsiderate of people to do that. Like, July 4th, whatever. I get it. You want to do fireworks crap, whatever. The other thing, too, is super dangerous. Super dangerous, man. People lose their hands and their face and I just don't get, It's not for me, man. I think it's just overrated. Overrated thing to do. It's just a reason for people to blow their money on some nonsense firework. But yeah, man, look. And this is great, by the way, too. This guy has an overrated list. Whoever did this, Mike Neighbors, great. Look, Callie likes them. Love fireworks. I spent $5,000 on works as you're tearing the sky apart. See? So look, Callie, I'm just saying for me. But everybody's different. Like what maybe I like, you might go, wow, why did you spend your money on this? So I get it. I'm not knocking anyone that likes fireworks. I'm just saying, me personally, I just think they're just overrated. Like I don't get it. Like I don't get I don't know. They just don't do it for me, right? But everybody has their thing. I cannot. I'd be mad spending $25 on fireworks, right? You know what I mean? Like, damn, $5,000, bro. But it is what it is, man. Everybody has their thing that they enjoy in life. So I'm not knocking you at all for that. Like, if that's what you like, that's cool. And that's the other thing too. Like, I'm not, like, I want to make that clear. I'm not, whatever you guys like to do and spend your money on is your right. Like, if that's what you enjoy in life, you shouldn't knock people for that. I'm just giving you my opinion. I think it's overrated. Doesn't mean that's for everyone. You know what I mean? Like people will say to me like, "Oh man, why are you spending your money on an 86-inch TV?" Well, because I fucking want to, and because I enjoy watching my Buffalo Bills on a large, big ass TV, and I enjoy watching my movies on a huge TV. And I want the best surround sound, so I'm going to pay that money. So, but then you got somebody go, hey, I 32-inch TV does it for me. So I get it. Scott's giving me the old guy thing. To advise you, Tommy, you're getting old. You're welcome. Whatever. Am I getting old? Am I getting grouchy here? So this guy says his overrated list: fireworks. You seen one? You seen one? Show you have seen them all. So basically, saying you've seen one, you've seen them all. He also doesn't like reality TV. Doesn't like reality TV. He says started off interesting and somewhat curious, but can't stand it now. It ruined modern TV and it has hurt creative people whose shows now never got a chance because this stuff is produced so cheap. I long for the days of Cheers, All in the Family, and Curb Your Enthusiasm. Let's say goodbye to Big Brother. I agree. I'm with this guy on the reality TV crap. When it first came out, it was interesting, but now it's way over the top. It's like everything. It's too much. It's too over the top. It's too ridiculous. Yeah, like I'd rather just watch a really good written TV show rather than and a lot of, by the way, this reality stuff is a lot of it's scripted, and you could tell. So that for me, it takes away from it as well. Amusement parks is this third. It says every time I wait in long line with my kiddos on a hot day for something that lasts about 30 seconds, I got the feeling that everyone in heaven is laughing at me. It's really crazy when you think about it. My expectation, I love water parks, but I'll pass on the others except if my girls want to go. I promise I'm not grouchy with them. I'm agreeing in a way because I enjoy amusement parks. Like listen, I would go to Universal Studios, Islands of Adventure in Orlando. I would go, if I lived there, I would probably go at least once a weekend. Like I'm like a big kid when it comes to that. Like I love it. But I would get the express pass every time. Because I understand. You wait in a line for fucking 3 hours for a 30-second, maybe 1 minute ride. And it is over. And you're back at it again. And by the way, a lot of these parks are somewhere where it's extremely hot. And you're waiting in like 100-degree temperatures. Humid. It sucks. Like, when you're a kid, I think it's not so bad. But when you start getting a little older, yeah, I get it. It's fucking brutal. It is brutal. So what I would say is get the express pass wherever you go, because that's the way to go. Don't be a cheapo. You already spent a lot of money anyways going on vacation, getting the tickets to the amusement park. You might as well pay another $25 or whatever it costs to skip the line, right? Surprised you didn't have work on that. Oh man, work blows. Work sucks, dude. Work. I would have it on my list. Bed and breakfast. You know, I've never been to a bed and breakfast. Have any of you guys been to a bed and breakfast? I've never been. I want you guys to tell me in the chat because I don't know what the hell that is. But he says they may be nice and cozy, but when I'm on vacation, I don't want to share a table with another family. Nothing personal. Yeah, that's odd. Like I said, never been to a bed and breakfast, but I guess that's what it is. It's like a house you share, I guess. Yeah, not for me. And then he says the royal family, which I don't. Why would I care? That doesn't bother me. And that's it for that list there of this guy's little things that bother him. So guys, bed and breakfast. Has anyone been to a bed and breakfast? Cali Bits, my neighborhood going crazy, barbecue and drinking ice cold beer and celebrating this beautiful country land of the free. Can't go. Listen, ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I had many barbecues growing up. The thing is, right now, like I'm like where I'm at, Cali is like I don't really like, my neighbors are cool, but we're not cool like that, right? And most of my friends are moved away or whatever, so I don't get that opportunity. But growing up, I had so many with my friends, barbecues and parties at the house. Like, so I can't say I didn't like have those memories, right? Like, but right now I'm cool with just staying in the house. I'm a homebody, bro. I am a homebody right now. I don't do anything. And maybe Scott's right with this comment here when he says I'm getting old. Yeah, it's possible, man. I don't listen, guys. I really, honestly, I work 3 nights a week at a bar. I do security Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and I am home Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The only time I go out is I go grocery shopping. Like, that is my big day out on Fridays or Saturday. Other than that, I'm here, man. I am here with you guys. I'm here watching movies or TVs or sports. Like, that's my life right now. Like, I've created this little world for myself, and I like it. I enjoy it. Like, this is, and like I said, I think everybody has what they like to do, create their own little space and what they like, to do for fun, or, and I'm not going to knock anyone for what they do. That's what I like. So, I've never been to Cedar Park yet. Okay. Everyone keeps telling me to go. And it's not even I think it's like an hour, believe it or not, from me, in Cedar Park, in Ohio. So I could go there, but I'd have to get the express pass, and I'm not big into roller coasters. Like, that's not like, I'm more into the amusement, like Universal Studios. I love Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure. I don't know, something about it, man, takes me back to like just being a kid. Like, roller coasters, or whatever. They just don't do it for me. Like I said, I like the theme-based rides that Universal has. And man, that's the one thing I miss about being in Florida, is have the opportunity to go to those places, and also the water parks in Orlando were so much fun, man. They had me and my friends would go to Wet and Wild every time we would go to Orlando. And man, it's so fun. And now they got even more water parks, better water parks in Orlando that I never got to go to. I wish I could. But yeah, man. And I remember growing up too, they had Six Flags of Atlantis right by my house. And it was a big water park. They had a wave pool. Of course, a lot of people passed away in the wave pool. You gotta listen. If you're in that wave pool, you better know how to swim. Because that thing will take you under, boy, at that wave pool. But man, Scott, yes, bed and breakfast. Bed and breakfast, not into them at all. It's like a shared ride. Experience based on whom you're sharing space with. See, I've never been to one, but yeah, I'm good. I don't think I'll ever do a bed and breakfast. Cali Blitz, you ever been in a bed and breakfast? Like Cali Blitz, I don't see you being a bed and breakfast. I don't see it. I don't know why I envision you, because from your personality, like Cali Blitz I'm talking about, he is let me get an RV and let me go with my fireworks to Arizona, right? And blast my fireworks and play that music and barbecue. And ain't nothing wrong with that. But I don't know why I'm picturing you doing that. I don't picture you as like a bed and breakfast or a hotel kind of guy. You are an outdoor, let's get some beers and let's have some fucking fun in the RV type of guy. So, and ain't nothing wrong with that, bro. I'm telling you. You know, do you, man. Thought you may have taken a tip with the shark. Oh, man. So, yeah, man. So, by the way, crazy stat here, right? Because the last thing that I want to talk about are relationships overrated, right? Did you know, and I'm sure most of you know, 50% of marriages in the United States will end in divorce. Did you know that 60% of 6-second marriages will end in divorce? 73% of third marriages end in divorce. Yeah, so if you've been married once and you're trying to go for it again, remember that stat. And if you've been divorced twice and you think that you're gonna that you're good for a number 3, remember that 73% end in divorce. Listen, guys, it's very tough to find that person, that right fit, perfect fit. It's slim chance finding a needle in a haystack. And I'm sorry, okay? I get it. I get, I'm not knocking anyone that's married or has a good relationship, right? And boy, you better be thanking God that he gave you one, because the majority of relationships don't work out, right? Relationships, marriages, and I just feel like as a kid growing up, I feel like it's almost like that's how you see when you get older, that you have to be married, you have to have, kids, you have to have this certain life, right? That's what's like expected, right? And you get into bad relationships early on in life because, you see your friends having girlfriends, you want a girlfriend, right? And you stick with the girl too long and it's abusive or toxic, and you put up with a lot of nonsense. And there's still, to this day, there's people that are, stuck in toxic relationships that don't want to leave because they got that mindset they have to be with somebody because they can't survive without somebody. And I'm telling you, it's overrated. It really is, because if you are happy with yourself, if you create your own little world, your own environment, your own things that you love to do for yourself, that what makes you happy, you don't need that person. Look, there's only 24 hours in a day. I always tell people this. There's 24 hours in a day. Most of us work, right? Most of us work. And let's say you work 8 to 10 hours, right? Somewhere around there. By the time you get home, whatever. Let's say 8, whatever. Let's say 10 hours altogether. By the time you get home, get undressed, unwind, boom, that's almost half your day, right? Well, guess what? You're going to sleep another 6 hours, at least 6 to 8 hours. So what are we up to now? 16, 18 hours from work to sleep? So you got a little time there for yourself. To what? To have dinner, right? Movie, kick back, watch sport. Do you really need that companion that bad to fill that time spot? Like, you don't really need to. I don't get it. Like, I don't get the need. Listen, I understand why people get, if you're happy in a relationship, you met the right person, great for you. What I am saying is I don't understand why people who are single feel this need where they have to find love. And no matter what, they're gonna go and get it. And even if it's toxic, they're gonna stick with it. And it's just bad, right? And they get out of a toxic relationship and they get into another one. They get divorced after 20 years and they date right away and they get married right away. They didn't learn their lesson from the first time. I don't know. I just think it's craziness. Let's see here. Beth, did you know I'm not legally married and my husband and I will be celebrating? You know what, Beth? I'm glad you brought that up, and it's great that you brought that up. My uncle and aunt, they're married now, but they were together, I believe, 20 years before they got married. Been together for a long time. Uncle Benny, Aunt Melanie, great couple, worked out. Yes, I'm sure they have had ups and downs. I mean, everyone does, right? It's but I agree with it. Like, I don't think you have to get married either. What Kurt Russell and I forget was it Goldie Hawn, right? Am I wrong there with the name? But they're not. I don't think they're married. I don't think they ever got married, and they got a kid together. You don't have to. That's another thing too. You don't need a piece of paper to say you're together, right? You don't have to have that. And that's another thing, because really you're bringing you're getting the state involved, and now if things don't work out, now it's going to cost you money, and you got to go through all these things, and I don't know. I feel like that's another thing that's just one of those things that, you have to get married, you have to be married. So yeah, listen, man, be you, be happy, create your own environment, create your own world. And you gotta love yourself first before you bring anyone else involved. And by the way, too, right now, like, getting with somebody is getting harder and harder. Meeting somebody, because for me personally, here's how it goes, man. I'm 45 years old. Anyone I'm gonna meet, for the most part, they're gonna have kids. Right there, listen, and I'm not saying it's a deal. It's. I guess in a way I'm being selfish about it, but I'm being real about it. When you meet somebody, no matter what, you're going to be taking on their drama as well. So you got your own drama to deal with. Now you got somebody else's drama to deal with, and they got a kid or two. Now you got that drama as well, and that responsibility as well. You got to care now for multiple people, and it's not for me. And it's meeting somebody without a kid is almost impossible these days. It's just the way it works. And also, too, just meeting somebody in general, like having to deal with their own personal struggles or issues or drama or whatever they're going through. I don't know if I want that. And that's why I always tell people, man, like, if you can't handle your own drama, life, you're not happy, just with how are you going to take that on? How are you going to take somebody else's on, right? It's just crazy. I don't know. I think it's crazy. I think people are. I think people should learn to be, to find what makes them happy. And if something comes around, great. But if it doesn't, who cares? Who gives a shit? Create your own world. Create your own life. Create your own happiness. Relationships are very overrated. A lot of them are toxic. Trust me, guys, I see it all the time. I don't want to come home and have somebody to fight with. And by the way, too, when you meet somebody, it's great in the beginning. It always is. And a woman or a man will tell you, oh, that doesn't bother me, what you do. Or this doesn't, I don't mind you watching football on Sundays, or I don't mind you going shopping with your friends, or I don't mind you whatever. But guess what? They eventually do mind, because they're lying, because they want to make you happy in the beginning. But that quickly turns once you guys start getting really comfortable with each other. And there's your problem. And then that starts the fighting, right? I'd rather avoid all that. I'd rather just, live in my own world and be happy. That's how I feel about it. Maybe one day I meet that perfect person, but if I don't, I don't care. I don't want, I just don't want that. And I just feel like a lot of people these days they feel the pressure they feel the pressure of maybe parents when they're growing up, or friends, that they should be with somebody, or they have to be with somebody, and that's the way life should be. And it's just not. It's not right. What changes when I tie the knot? My last name? Yeah, exactly. Nothing. I agree. Like, you listen. If you love your husband or boyfriend, or what, what doesn't matter. Your partner there. You don't need a piece of paper that says that, right? So, but anyways, yeah, I wanted to talk about that because it's just so crazy watching these couples argue and fight all the time, and I'm like, people come to the bar and they're just shit talking their wife or girlfriend. They're so upset. I'm like, but yet you're gonna go right back home, right? Or they're on their phones or arguing the whole night, right? You can't even. You could tell they're not even enjoying themselves because they got to worry about this at home, or they got to worry about their boyfriend or girlfriend. Man, this is crazy. Let's see here. Beth, yeah, that's true. If me and hubby were split and find new, our three boys would be part of a blended family. Yeah, exactly. So, Scott saying, Beth, you're a rock star. Won't ever disagree with the shark swimming, plane jumping, Bill's lover individual. Oh man. So, anyways, guys, tonight, Friday Night Lights will be on at 9 p.m. And that's where we're going to talk Buffalo Bills football. So, once again, I hope you guys enjoyed this content. It's different, unique. I want you guys also to talk about anything in the chat, bring up, and we'll go down that alley. If it's a topic you want to talk about, for the most part, I'll talk about it with you guys, right? There's nothing really I'll hold back. The only thing I will say I'll keep away from the channel is like politics. I'm not a politic guy, so I'm not going to dive into something I really don't follow. And religion is something else I really don't have like strong opinion on, so I don't think I'll dive into stuff like that. But everything else is kind of on the table on this podcast. So if you guys have an idea, if you guys whatever, hit me up on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, or hit me up on here and just say, hey, next week let's if you want, let's talk about this or whatever, and we'll talk about that. So, but anyways, tonight Buffalo Bills football talk, Friday Night Lights with me and Mikey, 9:00. Don't miss it. And I'll be seeing you guys later, man. So, once again, guys, thanks again for showing up. Really appreciate the love and support. And I'll see you in about like 7 hours or so. So, peace out. Later, guys. And I'll see here. I gotta get an outro, by the way. Gotta get an outro. I gotta get an intro and I gotta get an outro for this podcast. So, haven't gotten one yet. I will get one. But anyways, I'm out of here, guys. Peace out.